Hello Tech Genius, I am Ravi. Have you ever imagined a place where learning is as dynamic as the technology shaping your world? Then here's a deal. With iMatix, you can make sure the learning is exciting, impactful right from the beginning. You have interactive sessions with expert-led courses. In the world of tech, from data science to cloud computing, it's not just about a session, it's about doing, building, learning by solving real problems. So let's get started. Now we are talking about the site map. Site map is nothing but a kind of list. Under every area, there are certain tasks or reports based on your access you can explore. For example, under benefit, because this is an implementer account, this person can see much data, but in reality, a person or an employee would see a limited data only. They would not see each and everything. It's an implementer profile, it's a consultant profile. That's why this person is able to see a lot of other things which a normal user would never be able to see under sitemap. But just F, iSiteMap is a plate shows all of the available report and tasks for which you have access in the system based on the security profile. If I have the access to create supplier invoices under supplier invoices or supplier section, I would see supplier invoices, tasks or supplier related reports. I can see customer accounts here. Customer accounts, I can do this task. Reports are this, task is this, which I can access based on my security profile. Clear with this? Right now, just understand this as a list which you have access in the system. In simple words, now let's talk about favorites. Just like your Insta or any other e-commerce platform, you add certain items to your favorite which you can go to later on and can explore. Let me give you an example here. For example, if I go to my favorites here, I can see the existing favorites I have in the system. Why we would keep certain items as favorites? Suppose I am an employee who has been assigned that task, or my job profile is to create customer invoices on daily basis. And as part of that role, I need to see a certain customer also to see what are the invoices for that customer. How many have been paid by the customer? How many are not paid? How many are in customer contract or issue like that? It can be anything. If I have a certain task or certain business object, which I'll talk about later on, that I visit frequently or I need access as part of my day-to-day job, then I can mark those business objects and instances or reports. You can call it as my favorites, and whenever I want I can come to the section here and I can review them. Right now you see there are some favorite business objects here like 9688, one company here, consult trial balance. Then if I look at the custom report which have been marked as favorite, these are my favorite custom reports. Let's find a company called Lambo. This is an existing company. I go to Lambo Supercars. This is the company. If I want to mark this as my favorite, these three dots that we'll be frequently using during this course, we call it as a three dots or related action button. Either you can call it as a three dots, this orange color box here. Either you can call it as a three dots or related action. I call it as a related action button from which you can do many other things from a single click. We'll talk about that as a 3 dots. We'll talk about that as a little bit more experience and learning from the site. But for now, understand that this is called a 3 dot or related action button here. And now to add that, go to the favorite here. Click on add. And again, don't worry, because whatever I'm covering right now is already described in the PDF file. How to do this? Everything, your inbox, your notification, your search bar, your homepage, everything has been confirmed over there. I just hit. Now I'm trying to go back to my favorites. I should see that company there. Earlier, there were only 3 items under business object. Now there are 4, and this Lambo supercars, which I had added as my favorite, is appearing up here now. Now drive. Drive is a place where you can share some documents internally in this tenant with other employees also. For example, share with me. If any file within the tenant. Again, I'm telling you, not a different, your local drive, laptop drive, or nothing like that. Within this tenant, what documents are shared with you that you can get access from here. You will see you are the owner of this document and access is only me. You are not giving these access to anyone else. It's more of like sharing documents internally with other employees within the same tenant and company. Now the point is why you would do that. Certain items, for example, you don't want to send through email. You want to just upload it here on Workday tenant, and you just want to notify the user that, hey, this document is available. Can you please review it or download this and then do your work, whatever, XYZ. You can create your own documents here by clicking on this plus a year. Then go to Discovery Board, here folder upload. You can upload documents, for example, upload here. And if I want to upload something, uploading failure report. It's for me to later on go and review this data or share this with someone else. If I want to share this, right click on this. And you can see there are a lot of options here. You can make a copy, you can download, you can remove this info move. You can share it with some other person also. Let's share it. That's how you see also. We'll type the name called Teresa Sereno. The moment I just type few keywords of a name, the name has appeared up here. And I just said, can you please? What kind of access can you or edit? Or can edit that access? Once it's done, log in as Teresa Serrano. There's something called proxy in Workday. Now what is a proxy? And it only works in the test environment only. It never works in the production tenant or live tenant. It only works in your test environment where you are testing something. Keep in mind, sometimes people do ask in interviews to freshers, not to an experienced guy, obviously. To freshers. That does proxy or login as a different profile works in production also. It only works in your sandbox or your implementation tenant or your preview tenant, but not in your production. Clear with that? Can you come again? You are asking something, Sharik? Just to discuss the proxy, I will show you how to do a proxy as a different employee, and it can be again only done in your practice tenant. I will log in as Teresa Serrano because I have shared that file with Teresa Serrano. Now I will go to her tribe. Where is that? See, these people do many testing R&D here. But let's see if that has got a notification. See, Manish and Kumari shared the file. Pay the report with you. Click on this view file. This is how I can download this. After, if this file isn't supported in multi-drive, you can download this file. And that's how you can share the documents internally. Once you start the proxy, you have to stop the proxy also. Other people's work can be saved and executed. What will happen here is, suppose I don't stop the proxy and I just log out. I just click on this X icon here and I close the tenant. Suppose the other person who is working, like Teresa Serrano, if she is working on some task or report, and if she will try to hit submit, that will not get executed or saved. It's better when you start the proxy. Once your work is done, you stop the proxy. Simply type the stock proxy. That person can continue with his work. This is only when we are doing the testing, right? Only that time. Yes. Clear. Yes, it's clear. Go back. Let's do my reports. My report is a section or is a page where reports which takes a lot of time to run will appear here. Let me give an example. You ran the financial accounting general data for a company for last 5 years or 3 years or 2 years. Then system takes some time to process that information. Sometimes it takes half an hour or 1 hour also. Instead of waiting for the data to come, which it's a huge data, right? Or maybe that report is very heavy, which pulls a lot of calculated fields, a lot of other business objects, data and on. In that case, what it tells you that notify me later, which we'll see also later on once you start hitting practice and doing different configurations. What they will tell you for certain reports, that notify me later means once the data is available based on my parameters which I have given here, notify me. Those reports will come up here. That will get notified here also in the bell icon. It will tell you that report is available now, and you can also come to your profile here and you can go to my reports. And then you can download or view those reports from here also. Again, those reports which you have executed took a longer period of time to run. Those reports will come up here and then you can later on download or view them. Clear on this? My report section. Does it have a longevity like tool when this report can stay or what? Normally that doesn't get deleted. I don't see any policy right now which tells you that after a week it will get deleted or on. But I can check. Let's say I just like, in terms of like the way you said, someone ran the report for, for general entries passed for 5 years or 2 years or 3 years. Let's assume in one company there are a lot of entries being passed. What happens if there are? Someone ran a report for 1 year and the very next day he needed a report for 2 years. All these reports will get saved in the queue, or does it have a time period when it is in? You have to run that report again. Suppose you were saying, if I run the report, then it will get what you say. How do you say it in English? It overrides itself, the previous report. That is what you mean, right? No, it will not override. Let me give an example here. Let's clear the confusion here. I'm giving a very bad little range just to show the example. If I hit now, there are only 8 invoices. Suppose there were 8,000 invoices. The system would have told you that you ran the report for GMS USA invoices are the 1st of January 2014, and that may have 10,000 invoices. The system would have a small orange color window that notify me later, and I would have clicked on that. It would have asked me to save the data in a report, give it a name. In which naming convention you want to see it later on. I can give a name for data in a name. This data for 2014 till today's date. Something like that, right? I'm just making it up. That will come up here later on. You can go to report. That data will come up here. In the my report, I got your point because you are naming the report yourself. It will stay in the queue as to forever unless you overwrite it or you delete it. And I can delete this also. Got your point here. Now let's come back to our home page. Let's talk about 2 different options also. Now there are 2 more options here. Documentations and help. Basically, these are linked for your community access. Let's click on this here. It will ask you to log into your community account which you don't have access to. If you have the access, you can go to community from here also. The community is a page or is a link where all of the consultants and employees log in and they can ask for their solutions. If I have any specific requirement which I'm not able to achieve, if there's a specific report which I want to build but I'm not able to build, those kind of things I can do from here, from community. It is not company specific but Workday specific. You are saying it's like a, what you call it, Facebook, a Facebook Workday. It is not company specific but Workday specific. You are saying, or partner firms, consultants, customers, employee, that kind of thing. Don't we have a security threat over here that people from other companies, other communities are meeting up here? They can share. It's a common place. It's a common place where, like, it's a discussion point or discussion page where Workday releases a lot of documents. You can ask questions. There are many forums, there are many groups, kind of pages there which you can join and subscribe. And anytime anybody posts a question or a solution, you can go through it and enhance your knowledge. Thank you. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.